have like 1,000 jobs right now. I am a full-time OBGYN. I am a full-time single mama of 2 precious babies. And my hobby that I spend late at night working on are tiny doll houses with high-end design. Immediately, I got phone calls from people when they saw the Fixer Upper doll house. And they were like, if you can do that to the doll house, what can you do for my house? I have a waiting list of interior design clients just literally from the doll houses. So each of my doll houses has an imaginary family or person who resides in it, and I design around what I think they may like or need. It's the same way that I do design when I'm working with actual live clients. What are the client's needs? What are they looking for? I'd seen a bunk bed that Chip had done on Fixer Upper that I was obsessed with. It looks like a tiny house. It was something I would have loved as a kid. And I decided to try my hand at building it. So when I'm trying to rebuild something in miniature that I've seen in life scale, I look at a lot of pictures of it, trying to figure out how they make that. I got an idea of essentially how I could make the bed using just some craft wood. I cut them out on the table saw to equal 5-inch lengths, and then I cut the side rails to the same things, front and back sides, 5 inches, 3 inches. So once I have all the pieces cut, then I can start assembling the bed. Essentially, I use wood glue to put the rails on the bed first, and then I attach the post. That serves as the foundation so that I can put the front and the back of the bed on. Front and the back of the bed are made out of the same shiplap siding I used inside of the house. I notch out where it needs to go for the post, and then once I have the post mark, then I can figure out where my roof angle is going to be. Then I use the mock-up of the little doors that I'm going to have. I sort of semi-attach those so I know where to cut out the center for my opening for the bed. So once I know which angles I want to cut with the doll house, then I just use a handsaw to cut out the pieces that I need. Power saw was not going to work on that. You're going to break that into shreds if you use a power table saw to cut a tiny piece of shiplap. Then I use my simple wood glue to glue it on to the post that I had made earlier. So once I have all the pieces attached, then I take it and spray paint the whole thing white. It usually takes me about 3 coats of a semi-gloss to get full coverage on it. Then I take my shiplap siding essentially that I use for shingles, I stain it. Usually it just takes about 2 coats of stain to get the color I want, and once it's all stained, I'm ready for the gluing. The doors are the same bit of wood that I used for the base. I just cut out smaller pieces, and then I use coffee stirrers to make the trim. So once the structure is done, I take my stained doors and I glue them on. I paint a little rail black that acts as the sliding door, and then I'm ready for my mattresses and to trick it all out. I made the mattresses for the bunk bed out of foam. I cut it out to the side of the base of the bed. I wrapped t-shirt fabric around as my sheeting fabric, and then I had some buffalo check fabric that I used to make the comforter. I added some pillows to my bunk bed just to give it a little pop of color, and I put my little ladder on there and my light just to give it the finishing touch. I love that little bed. It's like my favorite thing in the house. People see it and they think it's the real bunk bed. I've had pictures of it side by side and people are like, wait, is that doll house or is that the bed? Like, it's awesome. That's the goal of any miniaturist, is to be able to fool the eye, for you to think that what you're doing is actually full scale. Being able to do the doll houses really lets me be creative and really be who I am and have my voice heard. I have all of these ideas. I have all of this passion for this life, how to make people's lives better, right? What does Oprah say? You want your home to rise up and greet you. And so this has allowed me to do that, even if it's just on a tiny scale.